Welcome to Interpretation Experts. I'm Dr. Jasmine, a scholar in English and American literature and a University of Cologne alumna. Today, we will explore American Transcendentalism, a vital philosophical and literary movement of the early to mid 19th century that highly influenced and revolutionized literary criticism um, by focusing on three main tenets of human, individuality, nature, and spirituality. Let's explore the main thinkers and see how each figure contributed to these three tenets. American Transcendentalism started in the 1830s and the 1840s in New England as a reaction against traditional authority, materialism, and rationalism. It was highly influenced by Romanticism, German idealism, and Eastern philosophies. At its core, it sought to elevate human experience and celebrate the divine presence in nature. This movement was spearheaded by main figures such as Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, and Margaret Fuller, whose works are essential to understanding the significance of this movement. Let's go to the issue of individuality and see how Emerson and Thoreau looked at this important issue in American Transcendentalism. To start with Emerson, in his essay in 1837, The American Scholar, he called for a uniquely American voice in literature and emphasized self-reliance. Besides, in his 1836 essay Nature, Emerson positioned intuition and emotional spiritual experience as superior to empirical observation or rational analysis. For Emerson, emotional experiences are the most direct means to comprehend universal truths. Besides, in his 1841 essay Self-Reliance, Emerson emphasized that individuals possess an innate ability to understand truth without reliance on tradition or social norms. In fact, he warned against blindly following institutions and official authority. Let's move to Henry David Thoreau and see how Thoreau looked at individuality. In fact, it was very similar to the way Emerson did, but from a different perspective, I can say. Thoreau, in his essay in 1849 called Civil Disobedience, challenged societal norms and advocated for nonconformity and civil disobedience. Thoreau extended this critique to political systems in order to resist unjust laws. Civil disobedience later influenced important thinkers such as Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King. The next important point that American Transcendentalism was very concerned about was nature. Similar to individuality, both David Thoreau and Emerson were concerned with nature. Their attitudes were very similar, but they looked at it from different angles. For example, Emerson, in his 1836 Nature, described nature as a transparent eyeball, suggesting that through nature one could perceive universal truths. In fact, his essay Nature established a philosophical foundation of transcendentalism, emphasizing nature's spiritual role. Emerson, in his 1841 essay The Oversoul, introduced the idea of the immanence of the divine, suggesting that God, or the Oversoul, is present in all aspects of life, uniting humans and nature. Let's go to see what Henry David Thoreau said about nature. Thoreau, in his 1854 memoir book Walden, celebrated nature as a sanctuary for introspection and spiritual growth. He highlights the value of personal introspection and the intuitive connection with nature. He illustrates the importance of intuition in understanding the interconnectedness of life, nature, and spirituality. He viewed nature as a spiritual guide or teacher that helps individuals achieve self awareness and harmony. These two thinkers had lots of impact on changing the style of writing in American literature. Emerson encouraged the natural flow of idea and emotions in the style of writing and favored simplicity and authenticity, which is demonstrated in his 1841 Self-Reliance. Henry David Thoreau, in his 1854 Walden, combined poetic descriptions of nature with sharp critiques of materialism, offering a Hebrew style that inspired later writers to experiment with form to capture subjective experiences. What about Margaret Fuller? Margaret Fuller was also influential in American Transcendentalism by her 1845 book, which is an expanded essay. It is called Women in the 19th Century. Women in the 19th century expanded transcendental ideas to advocate for gender equality, emphasizing the potential for individual growth regardless of gender. In summary, American Transcendentalism made a change in the American literary criticism by celebrating individuality, intuition, and the spiritual significance of nature through the works of Henry David Thoreau, Emerson, and Fuller. American Transcendentalism focus on originality, creativity, and the interconnectedness of life. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts and questions below. I would like to hear from you.